Breakfast this morning is the turkey ham and cheese omelet, and I cooked it too long, so it like oozed out and stuck to the package, and that's what it broke apart when I was trying to get it out. I have a free amount, that, like 5 calories or less. I don't know if that's a full tablespoon, but even if I went higher than a tablespoon, it's still going to be a freebie. So anyway, a freebie's worth of sugar-free ketchup, and then the omelet says have with a serving of fruit. So I picked a banana, and my power fuel is a tablespoon of peanut butter that I melted in the microwave. Look how far a tablespoon goes when you melt it. And then I have 0, and it doesn't look like it, but I weighed it on the scales. I have a free amount of the Hershey's zero sugar chocolate syrup. So I think sometimes you might shortchange yourself when you eyeball something, because I would have never thought it would have been that much if I had eyeballed it. So sometimes it pays in your favor to go ahead and weigh or measure. So then I'm on my second water. So that's breakfast this morning. Lunch today is the creamy tomato soup. I have added, if you can see, a cut up boca burger. I thought it would be kind of like a tomato beef soup. I added just a splash of skim milk in there, not enough to even count for anything, just to kind of cool it off, smooth it out a little bit. And then the boca burger is my power fuel. My broccoli is left over from last night, and there is like 2 extras worth of Alfredo sauce in it that I made, but I think it all like settled, excuse me. Well, whichever way I tip it, it goes the opposite way, but it like settled to the bottom. So it might be an extra's worth. And I'm working on my third water. I was still hungry, so I made me a little salad. What I did was I weighed it, my fat-free Catalina, and then I put the lid on my plastic container and shook it up. That's what I used to do at work. I'd put all my good stuff on the bottom and then take my dressing with me and put it in there and shake it up. That way, all the lettuce gets coated, so it seems like you have more than you really do. So anyway, this is an addition to lunch. My snack is some Laughing Cow cheese and reduced fat wheat thins. Now I can have 4 of those for the calories, and I usually only eat 2, but I feel kind of hungry, so I'm going to have 3. And then I'm on my 4th water. I am sitting here watching my Criminal Minds with my leg propped up, and I was feeling munchy, so I'm going to munch on this celery. I know, hard to believe, and these cucumbers, and I'm on my 5th water. So I thought that we would just make some vegetable soup. This is the recipe that I used to make when Simply Feeling went away and I went to freestyle. Hold on. 4, 5, 6. And I would get the mixed vegetables without potatoes, since potatoes weren't free at that time. They were on Simply Feeling, but not on freestyle. What I have in here is 3 cups of water. You want, I used to use the bouillon cubes, but I don't have that. I have the powder. This particular powder takes 2 teaspoons per cup. Whatever bouillon or powder that you use, make sure it's 1 cup per cup. So how much ever it makes a cup, then do it 3 times in here. Now we're going to add 2 cans of stewed tomatoes. I like the sliced, just because you don't have as much to mash. Take your tater masher and just break them up. You can leave them whole if you want to, but I think they're better broken up. And you want to add 2 cans of mixed vegetables. Now, I'm going to tell you, this has potatoes, corn, peas, and lima beans. You'd be hard-pressed to probably find a lima bean. By the time this soup is made, and you get a bowl of it, I personally am not going to count it as anything. Not a smart carb, nothing, because I don't think there'll be enough of those starchy vegetables. in there to make a difference. You can do whatever you think you want to do. Next thing, I want to add cabbage. Let's see. Let's add the okra first, and then that'll tell us how much cabbage to add. This is just frozen cut okra. I'm not adding this whole bag. I would add one of the small bags, the whole bag, but I don't have the small bag, so I'm just going to like eyeball half of this. Okay. Now that gives me an idea how much cabbage to put in there. If it's a small head, go ahead and do the whole thing. This is just like, you can see how big this is. I'm only going to do, I think, half. Okay, you can see how I cut it. It's kind of a small dice. You can cut it any size you want. So we're going to put this in there. That's all there is to it. We're just going to let this simmer until the cabbage and the okra are done. My snack while I'm over here making this vegetable soup, I'm just going to have one of these Fairlife protein shakes. I've already tasted it. I like the chocolate a lot better than I like the vanilla. I mean, I'll drink them, but I much prefer the chocolate. And this is 150 calories. I get a power fuel. That's all I'm getting for this snack. This will be a power fuel and an extra. So here it is. I turned it off, but it's still at the bowl, so it'll go off in a minute. But I don't like to get my cabbage like complete. We like our vegetables soft, but in a vegetable soup like this, I don't like to cook it so long that the cabbage gets completely limp, because then it gets dark and the soup gets dark, and to me it gives it a different flavor. This is a fresher flavor, if you can call it that with canned vegetables. But anyway, this is just a basic vegetable soup, a good jumping point. If you want to add whatever you want to add to it, spice it up, whatever you want to do. I like it plain, just like it is. Like I said, I made this way back in the early days of freestyle. So, all right, on to the next thing. So when this cools off, you know I got to try it. And it's all vegetables. You see these peas. There's peas. There's a few lima beans. You might get a tablespoonful, and I am not going to count that. So this is going to be a non-starchy vegetable for me. That's not going to count. And I thought I'd go ahead and show you here in a little bit. I'll have my Nutrisystem snack, and I decided to have the cheese puffs. And my water's over there, but I've already passed it out. I think I'm still on my 5th one. Okay, so supper tonight is the roasted turkey medallions over the cream potatoes. This is a small plate. And then I made some green beans. I get a smart carb. Since I changed the menu around, I added a smart carb to my supper instead of a power fuel, because I added power fuel somewhere else. Well, we bought that mushroom risotto from Trader Joe's, and we just don't like it. If you like the earthiness of mushrooms, you would like it, but it is very earthy. I mean, it's very strong. You can smell it when it's cooking, and so you know it's going to taste like that, and we just did not prefer it. So I was like, what am I going to eat for my smart carb? I'm going to eat some toast. I get 2 pieces, because 2 pieces is only 90 calories, so I get 2 pieces of toast, and I put 2 extras worth of the no sugar added apple butter. So that's going to be my supper tonight, and this is like my, I don't know, 6 water maybe. Anyway, hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you on my next one.